Hi there, Simon from simonwoods.com here. 4 Australian Reds, all under screw cap today. Is screw cap a good thing? Well, for me, my personal jury is sort of going, I love the way in which screw caps keep the wine fresh. The problem is that sometimes the wine, they preserve it almost like too well. If you put a cork in a red wine, there's this slow, I don't know where it comes from, but the wines, people say the corks breathe. There's no evidence that oxygen goes in and out. But certainly what happens if you put a screw cap on a wine, it ages far more slowly than if you put a cork on. And sometimes this is a good thing, but if you've got a wine that actually, the structure of the wine means it needs a bit of time to calm down, if you put a screw cap on, sometimes it needs even more time. Let's see if that's a problem with these. First one. Cabernet Merlot from Margaret River, McHenry Honan, 2008. McHenry Honan is the winery set up by David Honan, who started Cape Mentelle and Cloudy Bay, and I think these related to one of the McHenrys, and they've got these vineyards together. Well, it doesn't smell like there's any problem with this. Certainly, sometimes you open wines that have been under screw cap and you get that pongy edge of reduction, that slightly rubbery metallic edge, and I don't get that here. I get quite really rounded, plush, plummy fruit, which smells almost quite developed for something that's 2 years old. Yeah, it smells like it's going to be quite... If you'd asked me whether this is from a cooler or a warmer region, there's something here that says it feels like a warmer region. Certainly there's some bits of Margaret River, the Augusta end, the southern end of Margaret River, where occasionally you get these too much green pepper, too much celery coming through in the wine, but don't get that here at all. Yeah, a bit of leather, a bit of mint, ever so slight edge of eucalyptus, which again for me, in small amounts is good, in large amounts is no, and we all have our thresholds at which we like them. I like them with it's there, but it's not dominating the wine, and here it's just adding a bit of character. Nice leafy tobacco edge. Doesn't feel like it's got an amazing future ahead of it. I'm fully prepared to be proved wrong now, but it doesn't feel like there's any hard edges that need to be resolved there. The tannins are smooth, ripe. There's a juiciness to it. It doesn't feel gawky. I like that. Next 3, all Shiraz. This one is Avery's Pioneer range. Now I've tried the Yarra Valley version of this, which was made I think by De Bortoli. This is the Barossa one, made. It's basically Avery's UK company. If you don't know who it is, it's owned by. I think Avery's owned by Laithwaites. Yeah, I think it is. Again, I don't get any of that that hint of bad reduction here. What I get is smooth, chocolatey, rich, ripe, ever so slightly leathery edges. It feels like it's going to be not bruising, but it feels like it's going to have richness and confidence, and it's going to come up and give you a big "how you going, mate," rather than a sort of reticent "hello, I'm whoever I am." It smells good. Yeah, it's not an amazingly subtle wine, but what it is, it's something which has got lots of big, rich, bear hug-like flavours. That edge of dark chocolate, licorice, leather. It's not too sweet and it's not too ripe, and the good thing about it is the dry finish. So it doesn't feel like it's gone onto that over-the-top jammy edge. There's still a little bit of freshness to keep you coming back for more, so I will go back for more. Okay, next one, Shiraz, again, 2005, and this time we're in the Grampians with a well-known one, Mount Languigeran, and this is their Languy Shiraz. This is their flagship wine, which has been a stalwart of central Victoria for, oh golly, 25 years or more, and there's been a few changes of ownership, but I don't know if is that guy Trevor Mast still involved. I'm not sure. Trevor Mast used to be the winemaker. He might still be the winemaker. I'll put it on the website if he's not. And Yes, this. I mean, people talk about this. James Halliday, I think, was the Australian wine writer. He was the one who came up with this phrase "pepper spice," and it was for wines like this that he was talking about. And just sticking my nose in there, I get that classic edge: blueberry, blackcurrant, and pepper spice. It smells like, and again, it doesn't feel like it's been harmed by being under screw cap. It smells like it's going to be rich and confident. For me, Australian reds sometimes get a bit of a raw deal, particularly the fuller-bodied ones, because they are so friendly straight from either undoing the screw cap or pulling the cork that the hidden depths are missed, and people drink them when they're too young. Whereas if you leave them for quite a time, you leave them till they're sort of 10, 15, 20 years old, then you get these extra layers coming through, and a bit more of the soil rather than the ripeness in the winemaking starts to come through. And certainly here, I'm already getting that edge of the soil. I'm getting that, I don't know if there's iron in the soil here, but there's certainly something that has an iron ferrous edge. Well, there's a lovely oily richness about that, and it's rich but it's dry, as in the one before. Said the same thing about that. There's this almost like oily, quite exotic perfume coming through there. Oriental spices, bit of five spice, bit of certainly that star anise edge there. But then these earthy plums, cloves. Lots and lots going on there, and but this, I think if I had to leave this bottle open for a couple of days, I think it would be even better by day 3, because it's almost like there's this plushness and ripeness that is just a bit too forward at the moment. Maybe if I decant this and serve it a couple of hours later, that edge will have calmed down, and you'll be getting more of the true character of the wine rather than just the initial handshake coming through. But it looks good now, but I think there's a better wine in there that's still to come. But that's classy wine. Last one, BMW, Botham Merrill Willis. And if you're not a cricketer, Botham and Willis were two of the stalwarts of the English cricket team in the, in the 80s really. Maybe late 70s, maybe just about stretching into the 90s, but the 80s was certainly their era. And Jeff Merrill is one of the characters of Australian wine, whose moustache is as big as his ego, as big as his winemaking talent. 2005 McLaren Vale Shiraz. I look on here, 25th anniversary, I think. 25th anniversary of what? They met on an English tour of Australia in 1978. Wow. So they've been making wine together for 25 years. What a ripper. Now this isn't quite as fine as the Langhe. This has got maybe a bit more plushness, a richness, a bit more volatility, but not the finesse. It feels like it's going to be a bit of a wine, but not much behind the grunt. I might be wrong. Yeah, there's a bit of warm, chocolatey smoothness there. I put this at the end rather than the Langhe because McLaren Vale's just that bit warmer. But I think I should probably have done it the other way around, because this is much simpler wine. There is a bit of volatility there, which I'm not so keen on. Yeah, not great, that wine. I'm getting almost something that's quite warm and almost port-like, and yeah, orange liqueur. Not a big fan of that, actually, I'm afraid. But I think it's about a third the price, so it's to be expected. Bit of chocolate there, but not much subtlety. But then Beefy Botham, Bob Willis, Jeff Merrill, none of them is particularly known for subtlety. I do like some of Jeff's wines, but not so keen on that one. Maybe I'm going to have to go back and have a glass of the Langhe, but anyway, see you soon.